Okay, so before we wrap up the episode, we're going to talk a little bit about, one of your passions, which is modernizing the industry and attracting the next generation. What kind of advice would you give to like manufacturers who are trying to attract, the Gen Zs, the Millennials into the industry?
Yeah, I'll take this as the call to action. For me, I would say the first one is you need to get involved with your community. If you're a manufacturer and you are out there and you're complaining about having a labor shortage and you're complaining about not being able to get the talent that you need on the floor, you need to be engaging with the local workforce, the local community. If that's either the high schools, if that's the tech career programs, the local colleges or universities. If you are, as a manufacturer, not engaged with the education side, that needs to happen. There needs to be a better collaboration between education and industry. So that would be my first call to action: is find a way to get involved with local schools, bring kids in, have them walk on the floor, have them see how things are being made in their backyard. I think one of the biggest things, and that's why I love showing what I do on video all the time, is because a lot of times, last week was National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day.
Chocolate chip cookie.
It was one of those things
I
where
missed it.
you missed it, but it was. I shared a video on how a collaborative robot was taking cookie dough that was coming out of a dispenser that was making the right size, ball, plopping it on a tray, and it was going out there and it was palletizing, palleting. Whatever that word would be. It's dispensing, a sheet of 24 cookies on a baking tray. And then it takes that baking tray, puts it in a rack that will eventually go into the oven, and then grabs another tray and does it, right? So you have, people love chocolate chip cookies. I mean, people love cake, people love food.
Yeah.
So if I can show and say, hey, here's a really cool task on how a robot is making something that you consume and you eat every day, people are like, oh, that's really cool. That's how I understand it.
Yeah.
That's what manufacturers need to be doing. They need to be showcasing why what they do matters to the industry, to the people, and the community around it.
Right. I love that. What about like platforms? Are there any does like LinkedIn work better, or is it TikTok? I mean, all the young kids are on TikTok. So
it's one of those things, right? It's who's your market? Who are you talking to?
Okay.
For me, I leverage LinkedIn because I'm much more of a B2B type of person. But if you're out there and you're a manufacturer and you're making products that go directly to consumers, absolutely you should be on where consumers are leveraging, which is going to be Instagram, which is going to be Facebook, which is going to be YouTube Reels, TikTok. That's where you should be. You should be on those platforms to not even necessarily talk about your product, just be a brand that's relatable and recognizable. If you're going out there and you're a manufacturer that's making work gloves, go out there and show how your work gloves. Go out there and try and get your work gloves as dirty and gross as they can be, and show that they work. And find a way that is leveraging memes to go out there and say, go out there and get one of your workers, instead of Sydney Sweeney saying, "I have great jeans, I have great gloves."
Lean into the meme.
Lean into it, and I think that's why it's so important, though, for you as a manufacturer to adopt and hire a younger generation, because a 40-year-old person in the office has no idea if I went out there and I tried to recreate an American Eagle jeans commercial with gloves. Yeah. But if I go out there and I have work gloves and do it, you have a really good story to do.
Yeah, that's a great. We should do that actually.
And it goes out there. It's you're making your brand and your story relatable to an audience, and that's what brings people in.
What about, are there any mistakes that you see companies making when it comes to their social presence?
When they just talk about their product all the time. No one cares about their product.
Salesy.
No one cares about a line card. No one cares about a product that doesn't solve a problem. So for me, I think it's one of those things where be people oriented.
Right.
Product second.
Yeah.